Hello, my name's Simon Fenton of Fenton Elliot Solicitors, talking to you today about settlement agreements, what every employee needs to know. A settlement agreement is an agreement which is used at the end of an employment relationship. And what it does is it draws a line under the relationship. What the employer gets is an agreement signed by you, which says you won't sue them. And what you get is more money than you would otherwise get if you didn't promise not to sue them. So they pay you some money, you agree not to sue. That's pretty much it. These things are quite long. They can come in at 15 pages, but essentially that's the purpose of the agreement. The rest of it is making sure everybody knows what's going on, when the termination date is, how much you're going to get, whether you're going to go on garden leave, whether they're going to pay for the car, all that kind of stuff. The reason employees need to take legal advice, independent legal advice, is because the government has said there is an inequality of bargaining power between employers and employees. And employees shouldn't sign away their very important rights without taking advice first. Otherwise, employers might be able to lean on them to sign agreements which weren't really beneficial to them. If you don't take legal advice, the agreement isn't binding, which means you could still take the money and sue. So employers don't want that, so they insist that you take legal advice. And because they insist that you take legal advice, they will pay a fee to your lawyer. So the employer pays the lawyer, but you get the advice. You're not taking advice from the employer's lawyer, you're taking advice from your lawyer, just the employer pays. How long does it take to get a settlement agreement done and dusted? It's kind of up to you. If you're negotiating, it takes as long as it takes to negotiate. But if you rock up to us with a settlement agreement and we advise you on what it means and whether or not you should sign, that process takes, I don't know, no less than an hour altogether, probably no more than 2. If there's a bit of negotiation that goes on after that, then that takes longer. Our job is not to be grit in the machine. Our job is not to slow things up, to make it difficult, any of that kind of stuff. If you're happy with the deal, we'll go through it with you, you'll sign it. We can do it on the telephone. If you've got a copy of the agreement in front of you and we've got a copy in front of us, we'll talk you through the agreement. If you're happy at the end of it, you sign and we sign. We send the bill to your employer, job done. We do most of these, the vast majority, on the telephone, so you don't need to make an appointment to come in and put a suit on or any of that kind of stuff. You can see we are fairly relaxed lawyers here. That's it. That's all you need to know. We'll advise you about what it means. We do it all the time. I've been doing it for 30 years, and these agreements are normally pretty similar, so I know what I'm looking for, and I can tell you if it's a good deal. And the price is whatever the employer agrees to pay, generally speaking. If it's going to come in at more than that, then we talk to you before that. There's never going to be a surprise. If you want to find out anything more about settlement agreements, or you want to call to chat it through, just give us a bell. Absolutely no problem. Thank you very much.